82% of businesses fail because of cash flow issues. One of the biggest contributors to that is receivables collections. So you have money sitting in unpaid invoices with clients, the work is done, and that money hasn't come in yet, but you still need to make payroll and you need to pay your expenses. And that's where things get really tight from month to month. So it's not because clients won't pay you, right? They do know they need to pay you. It's really because no one followed up with them after the initial invoice was sent, and hopefully the initial invoice was sent. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to get that cash 3 to 15 days faster, and that number is based on how old your receivables are. So why do invoices age 30, 60, 90 days plus? Well, a lot of clients, some clients don't pay when the invoice is sent, right? They get busy. They're chaotic themselves. They're not organized. They don't realize what their outstanding receivables are, or they have cash flow issues themselves. And then for us, asking for payment is awkward. That chasing falls to the bottom of the list because there are, frankly, more things we would be rather doing in our business. But the longer that that money sits outstanding, the more awkward the conversation gets. And then by the time someone makes the call, it could be tense, it could be strange, you could be concerned, and then you could damage that relationship because that client could be a recurring revenue client, or they could potentially buy more services from you. The key is that most people, when you ask them, they're going to pay, especially if you ask consistently, right? They're going to know. Um, and asking consistently is the hard part of this whole system. So let me show you what we have built to get that consistency going. Okay, so here on the left of the diagram is the manual process. Invoices go out. Letting people know that they need to be, that the work is complete and please pay. Now, the owner or someone in the system pulls an accounts receivable report, let's say from QuickBooks, right? And there's no fixed cadence of when they do this. Really, sometimes it's like when we need the money, then you go look at AR. And then you look at which aging buckets, 30, 60, 90. A lot of times people will focus on the 90-day bucket, or what they'll focus on is the biggest invoices to get more money faster. Then you have to reconstruct the context, right? How many emails have already gone out? How many responses have we got, right? This is what informs us on how to craft the email, reminding them that they still need to pay. And a lot of times that tone and context, it's either a mild email, a strong, or severe one. And then that research is done one by one for everything that's outstanding. And then sometimes it's deemed, okay, this needs a phone call, but that phone call may not happen right away. That phone call may be pushed to tomorrow because you've come to the end of the time that you can actually do this, right? You may have a meeting coming up or something else comes up that breaks the collection cycle. So then you wait, right? You do that big push, maybe some cash flow comes in, some does not. And then that process hopefully gets repeated in a few months. So that's really where the pain is in the collections irregularity. One of my clients even said it while we were talking about it. I know I need to do it, but one, it's annoying. And two, I get busy doing other stuff. And the key to this is frequency, right? The more frequency, the more consistency, the better the cash flow. So what we have designed and implement at a custom level for clients is an AI automation. It includes artificial intelligence that takes over that whole entire manual process. It does the research to create the context. It generates and creates the email at the right tone and severity level, and then either drafts it or sends it, depending on the comfort of the client. And this gets repeated weekly. And then a tracking report is created to say, here's what went out, here's what got collected, here's what's still outstanding, and here's what was ignored. And then a human can look at that and go, okay, of the ones that are ignored, these three do require a phone call. And then you spend your time on getting ready for that phone call rather than all of the other things. And then this kicks off within the first 48 hours of when delinquency starts. Meaning, if your billing is net 30, this can go out on day 31 or day 32. And then every week after that, whatever cadence you want until it's actually paid. What we have seen in the industry is that if they are contacted within 48 hours of delinquency, you have a 65% chance of it getting paid faster than if it was 60 or 90 days. That number drops considerably. I think it's like 90 days is like 15%. So that particular type of system, you could build yourself or someone on your team could build it, but you have to have the time to build it and you have to have the skills to do so. And so that's actually what we can come in and do for you. From the time you say, let's do this, we'll have the system up and running custom to your process within 2 weeks. Meaning that within 2 weeks of we start, this collection process starts. And the sooner the collection consistency process starts, the sooner your cash flow is going to level out and become more consistent. So on the landing page form, on the page is a quick couple-minute application. Um, you provide me some information and it helps me understand if we're going to be a good fit for each other, right? And then we'll schedule a 30-minute session where I will take your numbers and I will walk you through what the estimated cash recovery is going to be for you in your specific situation, along with where we're going to get your collection numbers down to. Meaning, are we going to get you from 30 days to 15 days? Are we going to get you from 15 days to 4 days? And that's what we'll talk through. So that is yours to keep, regardless if we work together or not. I think you knowing those numbers is really, really important. So fill it out and let's see if we're fit and we'll talk. I'm looking forward to connecting with you.